My name is Diana Loderhose. I'm the International Features Editor here at Deadline. We're in our Red Sea studio in Jeddah, and I am here with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
So nice to be here with
So
you.
nice for you to come in today. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
So, first time in Saudi, first time at Red Sea?
First time in Saudi, first time at the Red Sea Film Festival, which is wonderful. The first time for my husband too. So I'm here with my hubby, and there's usually he's always been to the places. He goes, "Oh, I can't wait to take you there." But we're both first timers here, so we've just had such great hospitality, and wonderful to see this film festival evolve. You know, I knew about it the last few years, and to have the chance to finally come here, it's really quite wonderful to see what they're doing, keeping film alive, opening up film in the area, not just exhibitions of films, but also of shooting of films. And there's a lot of creative buzz going on here, so it's great. Also, my husband and I have a bit of affiliation with film festivals. We met at the Deauville Film Festival
Did you?
over 27 years ago, 28 years ago.
Wow.
But so we always feel very at home at film festivals.
Oh, that's lovely. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about, there is a big show of yours coming out next week, the second season of Wednesday, and you play Morticia in such a brilliant way. Now, I'm sure it's top secret for a lot of it, but I've got to ask, what can you tell us, if anything? And I'd love to know, Lady Gaga, she's in this, correct? Like, what is there any tidbits you can tell us?
Well, first of all, to be part of Wednesday and the phenomenal success on a generational level that we never expected, from little kids to grandparents. You know, I think the Addams family in general is part of our kind of culture and is rooted within us all. And to have Tim Burton's vision was something that when I first was cast as Morticia Addams, it was like, how hadn't Tim Burton done this before? It's just wonderful. So to go back to do a second season was just wonderful. The great Jenna Ortega, who really runs the show, and I cannot say enough about her as a young woman, as an actor, and actually she's producing this second season. It was pretty impressive to watch. And we have a whole array of new actors coming in. Gaga, I never had to work with Gaga, but she was around and I got to meet her. And I was a total kind of like starstruck fan. Totally starstruck. But it's, I think everyone's waited long enough for season 2, and I think they will not be disappointed.
Great, great. So since in the last sort of, I don't know, maybe 10 years of your career, or 8 to 10 years of your career, the choices for roles that you take have largely been on either TV or streaming, kind of that medium. Maybe could you tell me a little bit about why that is and why this medium appeals to you? Would you ever go back to feature films? Has there been anything that's kind of tempted you?
I think it's just the way my career panned out, and I hope I don't sound grandiose by saying this, but after having a wonderful film career, working with the great directors, Soderbergh 3 times, Spielberg, great actors, I mean, Clooney, Sean Connery, Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks. You know, it was a marvelous experience. And then I went through a period of time where I was starting to given scripts weren't necessarily inspiring to me. I love to work. I don't have to work. And that's the beauty of, doing that body of work and coming to a certain age and coming to a certain point in my life where if I want to invest time in a movie, I have to be totally 100% committed to it. Not just, it'll be fun for a few weeks, And so the streaming world and the television world came into my life. It's where I actually started on the small screen after doing theater. And I enjoyed it because, again, I got to work with Ryan Murphy, Jessica Lange, Susan Sarandon, people that I would die to work with anywhere, in any medium, in the theater, in the small screen or the big screen. And now it's interesting. I'm starting to get what I always desired as a younger actor, was some indie movie proposals, which is really great because it's a new blood. It's invariably a younger director. I'm actually going to be working with, hopefully, I can't say, but I'm hopefully in the new year working with a young director, a female director, in an indie movie. And so I've never done the indie film route. So I'm really excited about that because it's a collaboration that is not an actor for hire. Everyone's just thrown into this very short, tight schedule and budget usually, and we all bring in our A game to it. And that's exciting to me.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the movie's about? If you can say?
Art. It's about art.
Okay, okay.
And I play an art dealer.
Fantastic. So one last question. I wanted to kind of, Hollywood has changed a lot in the last couple of decades, and, there's been lots of issues about gender parity and, making more opportunities for women either in front of or behind the camera. Do you think now where you're at in your stage of your career, having worked in the business, 10, 20 years ago, do you see that change actually happening, or are these headlines?
I do.
Okay.
I do see the change happening because, bringing diversity into the movie industry has been talked about not just in the last 10 years, I mean, forever. It was run by white guys, and that's the industry, both on the agent side, on the creative side, behind the camera. I'm seeing a lot more diversity in the, behind the camera, which is great. Women have been complaining about never having enough solid roles since, Norma Desmond and Betty Davis and, Joan Crawford. That's not a new thing. This is something that someone just went, hang on a minute. I'm 40 and I haven't got a script. No, that's been going on forever. For me, from coming from theater, I wanted to be a film actor from watching Jenna Ortega in the 70s and 80s. Alice doesn't live here, Karen Black. Alice doesn't live here anymore. Catherine Deneuve, French actress like Isabelle Huppert. I wanted to be that woman. I never saw myself as a cute, beautiful ingenue. But in fact, that's what I was at the beginning of my film career. And so now I'm waiting for those meaty roles to be done in an environment where all bases are covered. Ryan Murphy, I give credit for. It was many years I did Feud with him, with Jessica Lange and Susan Sarandon. And there was just a lot of women behind the camera. Of course, there was a lot of women in front of the camera because we were all playing aging actresses. But it's important. And I think I see a change, and we should encourage the change, I've never been a kind of actor that needs, a soapbox to stand on to express my views. I'm kind of like old school. I kind of just shut up and get on with it. But it's a pleasant change to see all types within our industry.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Catherine.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to see you.
And enjoy the festival. I mean, it's great that film is being, celebrated not just in Hollywood,
Yes.
within the the borders of the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean. So it's fascinating. And unfortunately I have to move on in a few days. But I'd like to come back and maybe be on the jury because there's a very interesting cross-section of young filmmakers and films in this festival, which is very interesting.
Enjoy. I hope you enjoy the next few days.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.